Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world today. It's still morning. I am out here in the world today. I've been feeling compelled to come to this place. This park is Herschel Park in my neighborhood. And I decided to come out this morning. I'm feeling particularly high in my energy. So I figured this would be a good time to read you the card for the day. I woke up like this, ain't I gorgeous? Gotta let my hair rest after taking out them braids. It's gotta just be able to do what it need to do, whatever that is, for a couple of days. But this is me. So today's Rumi card, I already shuffled and asked for the card for the day, and I came up with Divine Discontent. Here is the card. Divine Discontent, number 12. That is deep. That picture there, it looks like worlds interchanging with one another. So I like to read the meanings before you instead of ahead. But divine discontent, and I'm curious about what this card is going to say, because I had an interesting night, an interesting couple of nights, last few nights, and I've been having memories of my grandmother, Maud, and she asked me for coffee and cookies. So I'm not sure what kind of cookies she likes, but I'm picturing these vanilla cream cookies. They shape like ovals, and they seem kind of fancy, but I'm gonna have to ask my auntie or my cousin, because they would know. They were close with her. They would know what her favorite cookie was. But I'm gonna have to run and go find these cookies and give her some coffee and some cookies. And today I was feeling my mom, so I wore her earrings so she could be close to me today. But in a spiritual sense, I have just been exploring my past, present, and future. Thinking, meditating on that, where I have been, where I am, and where I intend to be. And I decided to challenge myself and do this out in public, because I know naturally I draw energy to me. And I'm usually comfortable hiding, and it's time for me to stop hiding, for me to come out of my hiding. And naturally so, when I arrived, this park was empty. It looked abandoned. But now, since I've been here, it is drawing others to come. Timing is everything. Timing is everything. But it is a beautiful day to be out on the water and enjoying nature. Oh, and I got my incense. That's the smoke that you see. It's called Lotus. Oh, it smells so good. But back to the card. Divine Discontent is the name of the card. And the poem goes, winter falls upon us, so spring can bring new growth. Cry the tears, allow the longing. Sadness brings surrender and a deep desire to be free. I know your heart, I hear it breaking, and groaning in darkest night, when you imagine yourself to be silently cast adrift in sleep. When you imagine yourself to be silently cast adrift in sleep. That's an interesting phrase. I'm going to go on. It speaks to me, that sacred heart of yours, whispering its longing and bemoaning its divine discontent. It knows when something is amiss. It senses that something is not quite right as yet. There is a piece of the puzzle missing. Even in its tremendous gratitude for all that is, and there is much gratitude and sweet appreciation in that precious heart of yours, there is a murmuring, a questioning. It cries out to heaven, Ruach safe me a blessing. I have to look that word up. Ruach safe me a blessing. I cannot go on. I am broken and in need of your tenderness for healing. I am empty and in need of filling, not with stuff and bits, but with the most precious nectar of divine fulfillment. Nothing else will satisfy me. Please, please restore me to wholeness. I can bear this missing piece, this broken disarray no longer. I listen and I cajole that wishes heart of yours. I praise it for its honesty and longing, for the longing is an irresistible perfume to the beloved, attracting the only salve that will soothe the divine discontent of your truth-speaking heart, that of divine presence, absolute and unquenchable. So now we're going to go on to what the card is trying to say. The message. There is a sense within you, perhaps quite obvious to your conscious mind, or perhaps only dimly registered as an unnameable and underlying sense of anxiety. True. That something in your life is not quite right. Also true. It may be the sense, even amongst so much gratitude, of a yearning yet to be met, a longing yet to be fulfilled and satisfied. This is the pain of the awakening heart. That heart is capable of bliss and ecstatic reverence for the sheer beauty and wonder of creation. Yet, as the heart matures, there will be a process of deep, passionate longing that awakens for the divine. It is the impatience for the caress of the great lover, for the presence of the divine to come to you. Over time, that longing will grow from a mild inner sense of incompleteness, needing to become whole. It will develop into a holy fever, a sacred sage, a stomping of dancing feet, a pounding of fists upon the altar, and a longing so deep and distressing that one may well break into tears at the impossibility of bearing the pain of apparent separation for even a moment longer. Where is my beloved? Ooh, telling my business, cries the awakening heart. I call for my beloved, and yet I am here, still waiting. I can stand this no longer. As devotion grows and passion for the divine intensifies, so too does this yearning. So much so that this may come to feel as though your heart is breaking for the divine. Or perhaps you are not quite there yet. Your heart is attached to a smaller gods such as your status, your job, your lover, your body looking a certain way, or being able to live your life in a particular way. This is also true for me personally. These smaller gods are not necessarily an issue, yet you have drawn this oracle, and so it is guidance for you that the divine wants to draw you closer. Sometimes that means we will have the meager meal wrested from our hand so we may feast upon something far more delectable and grand. The divine is a fiercely possessive lover. If there is a face of another beloved preventing you from longing for the divine embrace, and if you cannot see that it is the divine beloved within your lover that you are loving, well, then something will be done by heaven. So make your relationship sacrosanct. So make your relationship sacrosanct. Seek the divine in all things. When you cannot, when the power of lesser gods has you in its grip, acknowledge it. Bear witness to it. Do not chastise. Instead, be truthful. Acknowledge it. Let your heart break and lie prostrate on the floor, hands clutching and head bowed as though only your sadness and plight could stir the heart of the divine. I have done this so many times. Beloved, into descent of succor and grace, saving you from a life far too bland for your exquisite Epicurean palate. Just don't misinterpret the pain and think that something really is wrong. If you are surrounded by status and money and cannot understand why you should mourn, it is even more important that you allow yourself to do so. Mourning is to be felt. Understanding is not so relevant. But if you must seek understanding, then know this, dear blazing angel, you are just waking from the deepest slumber. And with your awakening, your heart, you are relishing a truth, realizing a truth. A part of you, deeper and wider, vaster and more instinctive, truthful and intelligent than your mind. Which is only for the divine's embrace. That is right. This is sensible. This is sanity. It is the pain, the real noble pain of the heart that says, there is something more than this inadequacy. This settling for plastic instead of precious gemstones that must end now. I cannot be fed by pixelated sunsets in animation upon my computer screen. I yearn to be blasted by so much radiance and beauty, by the real thing, that I become stupefied. I must witness so much divine splendor that all I can utter in some incoherent grunt, my mind dissembled and my heart ignited by the presence of my beloved. I want to become a fumbling, ecstatic wreck in the presence of my beloved. I want to allow this pain, this yearning, this divine discontent to guide me to my holy lover, so my life may never be the same again. And so it shall be. The discontent divine growing within you is the beginning, not the destiny. Its purpose is to lead you into your greatest beginning. Its purpose is to lead you into your greatest connection, yet with divinity. Do not resist it. Witness it. Do not dismiss it, trying to cover up its smell with rose petals. Let your rank discontent be the pathway to divinity. I know that's right. Look beyond what is, what has been prized and treasured, and is now found to be plated, and not the precious gold it was once esteemed to be. Now, this is what I keep getting in my spirit to rewrite the story, to release the old ways, the traditions. This keeps coming to me. It keeps coming to me in words, in songs, in dreams, in books. And I've been being told it's okay to release. It no longer serves. It did what it needed to do, and now it's time to redo it, to do it again, to rewrite it, to build a new legacy. So this resonates with me. Let me continue. Don't be scared, for you are my sidekick on this great holy adventure. I am here, you see, just around the corner. I have you in my sights, though you may not see me yet. I am holding a loaf of fresh bread, hot from the kitchen of the Creator, hoping to entice you with its wafting scent, tempting you to follow me on towards something of far more substance. If you are still stuck on pine-scented air freshener, ooh, pine-scented air freshener, imagining it is anything akin to the wild scent of the pine forest for real, then how can I tempt you? Let the stench be the stench, then the fragrance of God can be discerned. Okay, separate yourself from the false. Separate yourself from the imitators, the mimics. They're not the real thing, honey. Get out into the real world. Let the stench be the stench. Then the fragrance of God can be discerned, and together we can leave what is left behind, once and for all, grabbing like hungry school children for the divine bread with sweet, fresh scent filling the air. Now, you know, that's all right with me. That is all right with me. That's confirmation. But I hope you have enjoyed the card for the day. I know I have. The name of it again, I'm gonna have to take this home and read it again. Divine Discontent. Sometimes you gotta change your mind. You gotta change your reality, your perception, your religion, your sanctity. Well, hello from the other side. I'll see you in the future.